Some new video here we have showing police rushing NBA Youngboy to safety.
We're here at the Smoothie King Center in New Orleans, where people are being let out of NBA Youngboy's second concert in New Orleans in droves. Let me move out the way so you can get a closer look here. Now, it's not clear if anyone did get inside during an alleged incident that took place earlier in the night, but we're hearing that people bum rushed the doors, surpassing security, and that during that, whether it be before or after that bum rush did take place, that there was a fight. We did see video of that fight taking place, and around that same time, NOPD says that they responded to reports of shots fired.
Say, bruh, so Pete gang, it's another night in this country that we call America. Another city lit up with flashing lights, concrete noise, and a young legend's name pulling the whole block together. NBA Youngboy, the most streamed, most talked about rapper of his generation. Billions of views, over 100 Billboard hits, and a fan base that moves like a militia. This ain't just fame, this is superstar status. When that boy comes to town, everything shifts. The Master Tour, that's the movement. Stadiums packed, tickets gone before the ink on the posters dry. But when Youngboy pulls up, police don't always ride shotgun. Every stop, cameras with headlines of police briefings. Fans see art, the system sees a threat. Kansas City was supposed to be a win. Music, lights, and energy. But a teenage fan wilded out, put hands on the 66-year-old usher. Felony assault. At one moment, gave 12 the headline they wanted. Youngboy brings trouble. What they really meant was, we can't control it, so we gonna dirty his name every city he goes to.
Kansas City police arrested a teenager for beating up a 66-year-old guest services employee.
But that teen has since been released during the police investigation. Fox 4's Malik Jackson live in downtown Kansas City outside T-Mobile Center where this all went down. Now, Malik, how's that employee doing? He says his injuries are both physical and psychological.
He does. Thomas Langley, a 17-year veteran guest services employee right here at the T-Mobile Center, but he still thinks it's important to share his story, and he's doing so first right here on Fox 4. We want to warn you that this video is hard to watch.
In came Chicago United Center, canceled officially safety concerns, but everybody knew it was tied to the beef and tension between YB and Lil Durk. Two dudes, two fan bases, too much heat. The city shut it down before the first beat even dropped.
Yeah, Marie, so far officials with the United Center have not given a specific reason for the cancellation, which came just 2 days before the concert was set to begin. Now, the cancellation did come a few days after the United Center announced a strict no bags of any size policy specifically for the NBA Youngboy concert. Now, while fans are upset, those closest to the rapper say that safety concerns were the reason for the cancellation.
Detroit followed Little Caesars Arena, another cancellation under unforeseen circumstances. Translation, someone in a suit got nervous. Anytime something real touches their world, they call it unforeseen. Let's not even talk about Atlanta, but all roads led to Louisiana, October, New Orleans, the city that's 45 minutes away from the place that birthed Control Garden, aka NBA Youngboy. The NO booked them, BR raised them, and Utah caged them. Every block carries its story. The hunger, the cases, the climb to the top. The Smoothie King Center became ground zero. 2 sold-out nights, thousands of fans filling downtown. For them, this wasn't a concert, it was a homecoming. Police Chief Ann Kirkpatrick saw something else. She rolled out armored trucks, mounted units, drones, a full spectacle. The city looked more like it was prepping for a ride than a rap concert.
Friday, the NOPD said they'd be ramping up security for the concert, and the Smoothie King Center implemented a no-bag policy for the event. According to NOPD, over 400 officers, drones, and additional resources are being activated Sunday and Monday for the tour.
Our enforcement presence will include walking beats, mounted bicycles, tactical units, drones, one of our armored vehicles, our light towers in key areas, and high visibility patrols throughout the downtown and French Quarter.
He personally oversaw it, acting like even the stage lights were a threat. But nothing popped off. No chaos, no violence, just music, just people. Still, word spread fast. And Edith Bunker Kirkpatrick told NBA Youngboy's booking agent he never gonna perform in New Orleans again while she was in charge. He banned from the city. Andrew Leiber, the man running the tour, blasted her online, called her out for hating. That boy said she trying to stop that man's bag. Translation, he trying to hinder YB's success. The city took it personal. You don't tell Louisiana's biggest name he ain't welcome to New Orleans. That statement hit harder than any lyric. Albert made it clear he fought back for that boy YB. Officially, police said it was about safety concerns over robberies, but under that corporate talk was fear. Fear of a name that carried more weight than the mayor's speech. Fear that one man could fill seats, unite hoods, and command respect without permission. By the second night, the air was heavy. Celebration mixed with suspicion. Fans lined up deep, phones up, hearts beating fast. Outside, armored vehicles idling, horses mounted, drones hovering. You think a president was arriving, not a rapper from BR. Still, they came because Youngboy stands for something. Survival without apology. His music is confession and rebellion in the same breath. Every lyric speaks for the ones the city left behind. And in the middle of the concert, panic hit. Somebody yelled about gunfire. People ran, ducked, screamed. Security locked the doors tight. Even fans with tickets were stuck outside. Turns out it was nothing, just fear spreading faster than the truth. Videos hit social media instantly. Crowds running, doors slammed. The narrative wrote itself, pure chaos. But anybody who lived in the city know what it really was. Overreaction. That's what happens when a system already expects violence before it sees joy.
Back to that breaking news we're monitoring outside of the Smoothie King Center. A large police presence right now outside the NBA Youngboys concert. We know 400 officers were on duty today for security purposes. Our reporter Jasmine Franklin is out there monitoring the situation. And as you were getting ready for your live shot, Jasmine, you saw a lot of police activity and a rush and a flurry of vehicles passing by. Can you explain to us what's going on out there?
Well, Stella, we're still working to find out exactly what happened, but multiple fans have confirmed there was some sort of stampede at the entrance of the Smoothie King Center.
Meanwhile, downtown patrols caught their own drama. State troopers chased dirt bikes and ATVs near Claiborne and Columbus in the Seven Ward. Found stolen rides, a few guns. Headlines framed it like a street war. For locals, it was just another weekend. They turned a joyride into a manhunt when the right man's name's attached. But both nights ended the same. No blood, no bodies, just beats and bass shaking the walls. City watch, waiting for disaster, and got nothing. While they patrolled for chaos, they missed history. Backstage, them boys was turned up. YB quiet but steady. Cops outside thought they were keeping order, but inside, order already belonged to the music, to the crowd, to the people. What really set off the chief wasn't the concert, it was the after party. A private birthday gathering. No trouble, no arrest, but freedom of fans control. Abba said that's when she made her threat. As long as I'm in office, he'll never perform in New Orleans again. Never. That's the game in Louisiana. It ain't about keeping peace. It's about keeping control. And the second somebody proves they don't need permission, they become a target. The city been built on corruption, enforced control. From the courthouse to the corner store, everything runs on who got leverage. The badge and the microphone been enemies since jazz music first hit Canal Street. But Youngboy flipped it. He didn't wait for no cosigns. He didn't beg radio. He built a nation out of upload buttons and raw truth. That kind of independence makes authority nervous. They say law enforcement, the hood calls it legal intimidation. When armored trucks line up for a concert, it's not about safety, it's about ego. Kirkpatrick stood by her choice, said the security was necessary. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. But the optics don't lie. Tanks for tunes, drones for dancers, horses pacing outside like it's 1965. To them, Youngboy ain't a rapper. He's a symbol of rebellion, youth, and unity they can't monetize. And through it all, that boy stayed silent. Let the music do the talking. The fans carried a message. Thousands defending him online, chanting his name, flooding comment sections like soldiers in formation. Every attempt to shut him down made him louder. That's how power works in the streets. The harder you press, the stronger it pushes back. The system keeps trying to contain the storm, not realizing it's already raining. New Orleans runs on that duality, celebration and struggle. dancing in the same rhythm. Officials talk about public safety, but half the street lights don't even work. Make it make sense. They preach protecting the youth, but the school's still leaking rainwater. Yet, when the rapper comes back to the state, suddenly they find unlimited resources. That's politics with a badge. They'll spend $1 million to manage a concert, but not a dime to fix the fucked up shit in the hood. Still, the fans showed up, singing every lyric word for word. That's power no badge can replicate. That's culture no ordinance can police. When the lights dropped and the last beat played, the crowd roared. Headlines tried to twist it, but the footage told another story. By the time the buses left and the stages broke down, the message was clear. Louisiana can't bury what it created. Every band becomes a billboard. Every barrier turns into a bridge. Because the moment you try to silence a voice born from the struggle, it only grew louder. Kirkpatrick might have thought she ended something for that weekend. All she did was document her own fear. The streets don't forget. They remember who stood in the way. And history ain't kind of gatekeepers. New Orleans doesn't end stories, it turns them into folklore. Every artist this city ever tried to silence became a legend. YB has now joined that lineup. The Master Tour wasn't just music, it was a mirror. It showed America what it feels most. Young power, organized, unfiltered, unbought. The system calls it dangerous. The streets call it unity. The lights faded and the last siren died. New Orleans was left quiet, but not calm, because deep down, everyone knew this wasn't over. Not the cops, not the fans, not the man himself. You can't ban what belongs to the people. You can only watch it multiply. And that's exactly what happened. That boy legend group, YB name is ringing louder than any threat. The system wrote them all, but the people, they wrote them into history. That's the story of October in New Orleans. Not chaos, not fear, but defiance. The city tried to silence its own sound in a generation that refused to turn it down. Because when the streets believe in you, even the law has to listen